first day of fasting, y'all. I almost was this close of going to fucking Starbucks. And then I was like, girl, we're not doing that. That's your old you. So this is where you have to have a conversation with yourself. Baby, we're not going there. That's the old you. Remember, we're doing better. We're doing better going forward. Remember that cholesterol. So yeah, I stopped. So what I have, what I've been drinking on is my grapefruit juice. So I started with that this morning. Took my iron, took my vitamins. This is what I'm on. So I'm gonna, hold on a minute. I had to lower that down because I don't know if that's a copyright. It's Bob's song, but somebody did a cover on it. And I just don't want them to pick it up as if it was Bob's song, because YouTube, it's not. Or AI, it's not. Or whoever is in the background, little minions checking people's videos, it's not. It's a cover. So yeah, I'm gonna go do this session today. It's at 11, it's 10:19 here in Florida. And I'm not gonna say Vlogmas shit anymore in my videos because I'm just gonna start pushing out content. My whole life is content, so I'm just gonna start pushing it out, and whatever I choose to make it for that day, it is what it is. I did another live this morning, which was absolutely fantabulous. Girls, I'm gonna speak specifically for the women. Excuse me, men also, but specifically the women. Get yourself a YouTube channel. You have to get comfortable with the uncomfortable, right? Because let me tell you, I didn't want to go live for a very long time, and it could have been imposter syndrome. Probably was experiencing imposter syndrome because I would like, girl, nobody's gonna, girl, no, we're not doing that. Just stay behind the camera, like just post, type, and all of this, and put your energy into that. And I was doing that for a while. And then I was just like, girl, go live. I mean, what's the worst that's gonna happen? You know, what, you're gonna get a couple trolls? I used to love trolls. You remember those troll dolls that used to have the crazy hairs? Those trolls were cute. You know, they were a little crazy, but they were cute because you knew that they had some shit going on with them, but they still showed up, right? So yeah, so this morning was my second live, and it was way better than yesterday. I just felt more comfortable, felt great, was inspired to actually get on this morning. And not only that, I was at 1,020 some subs, and now I'm at 1,050 some subs. So just within that short amount of time, I got all of those subscribers. Thank you guys. I absolutely love you. And not only that, it's just, I love the community. I love speaking and talking and engaging and having people ask me questions. I ask them questions. You know, it's like my little small community online. So I really do, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate you guys showing up and being there. Like, I really do. So it's gonna be my new thing. I think I'm gonna go live every single day for the whole month of December and see where I get. And I'm actually gonna do a before. So today, since I'm starting, I'm gonna do a before of what my page looks like, my analytics, and then after the whatever days, because we don't have 30 days anymore, and then do an after image and see what the difference was. I just think live, if you want to get there, baby, you got to put yourself out there. You know, some people don't have the time. They don't want to read. They don't want to like have boring experiences. They like engagement. Like, people really love engagement, you know? So yeah, I'm gonna start doing that, and then I'm gonna wean myself off of Instagram. Instagram just doesn't feel like a community to me. I feel like people just are like peeping toms because I have more people in my stories than I do on my page. And it's like, I'm all about reciprocity with any relationship. Like, being on my YouTube page is a relationship that I'm having with people. You know, relationship is not just a male, female, or whatever, you know, type of union. It's with whoever you're with, or whoever you give your energy to in that exchange. So I'm all about reciprocity. So YouTube, I mean, you guys are bomb. It's all about reciprocity on there. And so yeah, I'm gonna start spending my energy on there instead, you know, and that's just what it's gonna be. Somebody got pulled over. It's too early for all that, y'all. It's too early. All right. here. I'm 30 minutes early, so I'm gonna go set up, get my hot stones together, and let's do this. See if I got anything in the mail, first of all. I'm good on that. Let's get situated.
Somebody's in here.
I'm sorry, the door wasn't locked. I'm just getting some water real quick. I know sometimes it doesn't feel like it's a bathroom because there's like two doors.
That's why I didn't look that one.
I know. Okay, I'm gone.
I've done myself.
Okay, have a good day.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. If you in there, then lock the damn door. Shoot. You dig? Alright, so I use this to warm up my hot stones and my towel. And then I use this massage oil with lavender and peppermint. And then I mix it with coconut oil in there. So that's that. Bed is ready.
That most of the things that we experience, we regard as things that happen to us, which we ourselves do not originate, which are events expressing some sort of power or activity that is external to ourselves. And if you consider that, you realize that what you mean by yourself is rather narrowly circumscribed. Even events that go on in our own bodies are put in the category of things that happen to us in the same way as things that go on in the world outside our skins. If there's a thunderstorm or an earthquake, well, it happens to you. You're not responsible for it. But so in the same way, when you have hiccups, you didn't plan on it. If you have belly rumbles, you had no intention of doing it. And as to the catastrophic act of getting born, well, you had nothing to do with that. And you can spend all your life blaming your parents for putting you in the situation in which you find yourself. And this way of looking at the world in this sort of passive mood as something that happens to you goes right down to our general feeling about life. It goes down to the way in which, as Westerners, we have been accustomed to look at human existence as a precarious event in a cosmos that, on the whole, is depicted as being completely unsympathetic and alien to our existence. In other words, if you're reared with a 20th century, or shall we say an early 20th century common sense, which is based on the philosophy of science of the 19th century, with its rejection of Christianity and Judaism, you regard yourself as an accident, a biological accident, in a stupid universe, which is mechanical, but has no feelings, no finer feelings. A vast, pointless gyration of radioactive rocks and gas in which you happen to occur. Of course, if you don't have that point of view and you are more traditional, you look upon yourself as a child of God. And therefore, under authority. In other words, there's a big boss on top of all this, who allowed you, at his pleasure, to deign to have the disgusting effrontery to exist. And you better watch your P's and Q's, because that Almighty is looking after you, with the attitude of this is going to hurt me more than it's going to hurt you. And when you look at the world in that image, or in the other image that it's a stupid mechanism, either point of view you take, you don't really belong. You're not really part of all this. And I could use a stronger word than part, only we don't have it in English. We have to say something like connected with it, essential to it, or to put it in the strongest possible way, it is quite alien to Western thought to conceive that the external world, which is defined as something that happens to you, and your body itself as something that you've got caught up with, it is quite alien to our thought to consider all that as you yourself. Because, you see, we have such a myopic view of what oneself is. It's as if, in other words, we selected how much experience is really to be regarded as me. As if you focused your attention on certain restricted areas of the whole panorama of things that you experience, and say, I will take sides with that much of it. Now, we come here right at the start to an extremely important principle, which is the different points of view you get when you change your level of magnification. That is to say, you can look at something with a microscope and see it a certain way. You can look at it with the naked eye and see it in a certain way. You look at it with a telescope and you see it in another way. Now, which level of magnification is the correct one? Well, obviously, they're all correct, but they're just different points of view. You can, for example, look at a newspaper photograph under a magnifying glass, and where with the naked eye you will see a human face, with the magnifying glass you will just see a profusion of dots, rather meaninglessly scattered. But as you stand away from that connection of dots, which all seem to be separate and apart from each other, they suddenly arrange themselves into a pattern. And you see that these individual dots add up to some kind of sense. Now you'll see at once from this illustration that maybe you, when you take a myopic view of yourself, as most of us do, but you may add up to some kind of sense that is not apparent to you in your ordinary consciousness. When we examine our bloodstreams under a microscope, we see there's one hell of a fight going on. All sorts of microorganisms are chewing each other up. And if we got overly fascinated with our view of our own bloodstreams in the microscope, we should start taking sides, which would be fatal, because the health of our organism depends on the continuance of this battle. What is, in other words, conflict at one level of magnification is harmony at a higher level. Now, could it possibly be, therefore, that we, with all our problems, conflicts, neuroses, sicknesses, political outrages, wars, tortures, and everything that goes on in human life, are a state of conflict which can be seen in a larger perspective as a situation of harmony? Well, it is claimed, you see, that some human beings have broken through to that vision, that they've slipped somehow or other into states of consciousness where they see the apparent disintegration and disorganization of everyday life as the functioning of a totality which at its level is completely harmonious. And you could say, aha, at last I see, I got the point. I've seen how all this makes sense. But what this insight depended upon was your overcoming the illusion that space separates things. That is to say, the space, the interval between your body and mine. The interval created by birth at one end and death at the other. And then after somebody's death, then somebody else's birth. These are events with intervals between them. And normally we regard these intervals in time and these intervals in space as having no importance, no function. We tend to see the universe itself as really consisting in all the stars and galaxies. That's what it is. That's what we notice. But the space in which all this happens is sort of written off as something that isn't really there. But what one has to realize is that the space is an essential function of the things in the space.
For those of you that made it to the end of this video, thank you for your extended attention span. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and click the notification bells for more of my videos. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.